Ooh. Hey, Tad, you got a second?
Absolutely.
Hey, I want to introduce Molly Jean.
Molly Jean, how are you?
Good.
Good to meet you.
She's learning the whole process of production, so we want to start at the beginning with the storyboard.
Sure.
And so what we're going to show you is a Superbook show exclusive. It's going to be it's the Elijah and the Widow. So this episode is being worked on right now, not seen by anyone. And so Tad will show you the whole process.
So what is your part of the process?
Well, I am a storyboard artist. So I work together with the director to create a visual plan interpreted from the script for the animators to do their work from. So I'll work on this device, which is called the Cintiq, to actually draw the storyboards frame by frame, all the keyframes. Plan out the way the shots will look like when they are on the screen. And then I draw them on this device, which also allows me to edit the sound as well. So I can take the dialogue from the voice actors, which has been pre-recorded, import it into the software on this machine, and I can use that to sync all of the drawings to the dialogue, so that when I scroll it across like this in real time, I can sync the dialogue to the action. It gives me an idea of the way it will actually play out on the screen.
The bird is back! And he brought friends!
This actually allows us to move the camera in real time so we can actually see the way it will play out in the finished show.
Hey, John.
How's it going?
Good.
Hey, I want to introduce you to Molly Jean.
Hi, Molly Jean. How are you?
Nice to
She's here to kind of learn the whole process of the animation. So from we showed her the storyboards and everything, kind of want to show her how you art direct the episode, the designs and everything.
Cool. Well, why don't you come over? I'll show you. This is an episode that we're working on right now. It's the story of Elijah and the widow. One of the scenes that takes place in the show takes place in a place called Cherith Ravine. It started off being this really tall, cliffy area. We went online and we looked on Google Earth. It was much more sloping. There was a few little cliffs here and there. Then we actually did drawings. We got drawings back from the artist, and he drew what that ravine would look like if it were a little bit more open, like the art that we had. We go and we figure out what the colors are going to look like. And then we got what's called the 3D model. We actually modeled, what the rocks would look like, what the trees would look like. Then from that point, we get the texture pass. And so this is where we're actually putting all the cool, like the skin on the models. We put like the look of dirt on the gray models, and then we turn it into a cartoon, and we whittle it down and we make it simple so it fits the style of our show. And the most fun thing, though, is plopping Joy, Chris, and Giz into it and actually seeing them live in this thing that was just a drawing at one point. Mm-hmm. It's one step after another, and every time you do another step, it gets better and better and better. And that's the whole idea, is to just slowly get everything better and better and better. And it takes a lot of practice and a lot of mistakes in order to get it to look good in the end.
Hey, Molly Jean, this is Tim, our layout supervisor.
Hello.
Hey.
And Tim, can you kind of explain what you do with the layout? I showed her what we did with the storyboards and the process of everything getting to this point. So can you kind of just explain what you do from here?
Sure. Layout is the process of setting up the scenes in 3D for the first time. So what you saw in the storyboards, that's called 2D art. It's like flats on a piece of paper. So now we move into the computer and we're going to be doing 3D version of the animatic, which means we put in all the characters, we put in the sets, we put in the props, and we get them into their rough positions. Have you ever shot a movie on a phone or with a video camera?
Yes.
And you know how you look through the viewfinder and you try to frame up the person that you're filming? Well, that's what we're doing with layout, is we're getting the proper framing and we're making our decisions, like is this going to be a really wide shot where we see lots of people, or is it going to be a close-up shot where we see one person? So here you can see a rough model of Gizmo. So we just do rough models and it keeps it light. And you can see I have some basic controls in here, so I can like move his head around, or if I want to, I can rotate his arm and stuff like that. And so this is what a finished layout scene looks like. I'll play a little bit of this for you. You can see the characters are just rough stand-in characters. So I created all these little birds just as stand-in models, so they don't look anything like birds except, you know, they have wings or whatnot. And just did some really rough animation to give us an idea of what the camera has to do. Like here, the camera starts off near the birds and at the side, and then it moves behind the birds, and we see Gizmo and the kids in the background. So that camera move has to be planned out ahead of time. And that's what I supervise. So when we're done with this process, it then goes to animation.
Thank you.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us for part 2 of our tour. The next part will be coming up soon.